All right, guys, so now that we have our pork out of the oven, we're going to be doing it two ways. We're going to have pork tenderloin sliders, as well as our plated pork tenderloin on top of some of the cranberry sauce, topped with the arugula and the pickled red onions for a more elevated look. The pork tenderloin sliders would be perfect for our bar and grill segments using the same product. Not to say that they couldn't use the pork tenderloin as a plated option as well, but just so they have an option. We'll get some nice little pork medallions. It's rested, but it's still really hot. Now, I made my own cranberry sauce because my 5-year-old loves it, but obviously the customer could use pre-done cranberry sauce, or they could be making it in-house, or they don't have to use cranberry at all. I just really like pork and cranberry. For the pork, we seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some dried thyme. And we just pan-seared it in a pan and finished it in the oven to get a nice crisp on it. We're going to be using pickled red onions, add a nice little brightness and acidity. Also, I had it left over from dinner the other night, so we're just going to be utilizing some of that. So we've got enough slices. And for the first dish, I did go ahead and put some of the cranberry sauce just in the center of the plate so we could shingle some pork on top of it. I made it a little runnier than I typically do because I knew I was going to be mixing it in with some mayonnaise as well as trying to sauce it on the bottom. If you're making your own cranberry sauce, make it how you like. I used tangerine juice, fresh cranberries, sugar. I put cloves, cinnamon, and fresh ginger in mine. Obviously, your customer can do whatever the heck they please. So we're going to just shingle a little bit of that pork on top. I'm going to grab a little bit of olive oil, split up this arugula a little bit for that dish over there. Dress it with a little bit of oil to wilt it down a little bit. And then we're just going to lay it right on top like a little salad. And I've got my pickled red onions and just a few on top for a garnish. So here's for a little bit more elevated option. And then for our sliders, we're going to just use the same ingredients, other than I did get some little dinner rolls, and I did mix up some of the cranberry sauce that I made with just some mayo. So Duke's cranberry sauce mixed together. Other than that, I didn't add anything to it. We're just going to do a little schmear. They could use just the plain cranberry sauce, but sometimes rolls get a little dry and need a little moisture to help. So we're going to smear a little bit of that on there, on top and bottom. It's still got the chunks of cranberry in it, so they'll get little bursts of flavor. And then we're just going to put this one in half. A little portion of pork on each one. Again, some of the arugula. It's just going to add a little bit of freshness and some peppery to counterbalance the sweet. And then a little bit of pickled red onion right on top. And that's it. Here we've got our pork sliders. You can go 1,000 different directions with this. You could use apple instead of cranberry. You can season the pork however you want. We're really just trying to come up with ways that we can show our customers other options, especially as we're heading into fall. Pork is such a dominant flavor profile. And right now with the beef market the way it is, we're trying to just find some extra options for a slightly cheaper protein that still can be used as an elevated dish or just for your everyday bar and grill. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.